On today's episode of The Therapy Crouch, we look at the secrets to success of couples that made it.
We look at the 7 key ingredients and there's explosive results in the process.
I give you some tips on what to do when your wife is taking over your wardrobe.
And stay tuned for our Agony Abs, where our very own Shirley Valentine meets a hunk in the sun who has a little bit more than she bargained for.
I can have a threesome like that.
What the hell?
It's not a picture of...
Just in a lads group chat. You said today we
with
have the
loads
right
of
laugh.
geezers on it.
Yeah.
It's on the geezers chat. What makes you great? Couples therapy. Fuck off. We'll go on.
If you're enjoying our content, hit that subscribe button now and be in with a chance to win a signed copy of our very own book, Happily Never
It's
After.
Peter Crouch here on his own of the Therapy Crouch because Ab, again, is late.
I'm a busy woman,
what
baby.
have you got to say for yourself?
Do you know what? This is my wine, straight in.
Good,
You know
because
the
I've got
way-
one right back at you.
So Peter is having a go at me for being late and stuff, but he has absolutely nothing to do with the running of our household or the running of every single one of our children's lives.
So, right back at you with my wine. That felt like to me you were having like a catch up for a good 10 minutes while I was sitting here.
Yeah, but the mums at the school are my friends as well. So, no, because I just, Pete's putting this stuff into the diary and just forgetting that we've got obligations at the school.
Yeah.
And it makes me look bad because even though I run everything, it also seems I have zero authority in my own life.
Having said that, I mean, listen, I was at the school the other day giving a talk to some of the sixth formers.
Yeah.
You kept that quiet. How did that go?
Yeah, I think it went quite well. I think it was, I'd like to think it was quite inspirational for people that were, trying to follow their dream
Yeah.
as I followed mine.
So is that what you're talking about? Your kind of footballing career and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Podcasting? Author?
I can't believe they didn't ask me to do that. Tell me something. Do you know what? I don't know how you do that, I literally lose my shit if I have to stand up and
nervous.
talk in front of people.
In front of kids as well, or like teenagers?
Babies that could do it. I always, have you ever seen where Tom Hardy reads the books to the kids or that BBC thing?
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
You're very good at talking to children, I think.
They're on your level.
No, I think you're very, they kind of like...
Kids love
they
me.
feel safe. They're, you're no threat.
It's because I'm tactile. I love
You're good at that.
I love being with kids and
Yeah. Picking them
kissing
up.
them, cuddling them, talking to them.
Yeah, I mean, like on the school trip, for instance, as that lad, it was just in your arms the whole way
I
around.
loved him.
I do think you've got
Johnny's
a good way
little
about
friend just wanted cuddles the whole way. Although after a 5-hour Windsor trip, it wasn't ideal. I had 2 dead arms. But no, I just find them so funny, little kids. But to get up in front of teenagers who could all be laughing at you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
intimidating.
they probably were. But I felt like it went
No,
well.
because those 16-year-old boys, when you see them around the school, they're all like, oh, Peter Crouch.
Yeah, I had a little chat with them after. Anyway. All
So
good
what did
kids.
you say?
Nice, well-rounded kids. I just said, obviously, this time of your life is the most important. The most important decisions you make are now. They're going to shape the person that you're going to be. I said, obviously, if you're involved in sport, it's actually it's not just about being an elite sportsman or making it 5% or 1% of people that do make it into whatever sport they want.
I don't even think it's as high as 1%, is it?
Maybe not, but if you're not one of the lucky ones, still.
Did you go a school talk without even knowing the stats?
Well, I know it's quite low.
Freestyle.
that was
freestyle.
Yeah, well, in all honesty,
Freestyler.
everyone who came up and spoke before me had a piece of paper, and I thought, I probably should have done that.
No, because we
Darn
came
it.
home. He came home and then he was like,
Spoiled again.
no, because you walked the dogs and you were like, sure, I've got something to do. And then he was like, shit, I've got to school
That didn't
talk.
happen. I was well prepared.
No, you were prepared, but you forgot it was that day,
Yeah, essentially.
which is the story of my life with him.
Plus, you don't need bogging kids down and facts and stats, do they?
No, you don't need to.
They want the headlines, Pete.
I
They
love a
want
fact.
to know how it feels.
Yeah.
I love a fact and a stat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stat man ab.
I do.
Did you see? I don't know why I've just thought of this, but can I just say it anyway?
What?
Have you seen that? There's a picture of the the men's toilets and the women's toilets. Have you seen that?
No.
Funny. And it's the same word written on both doors, but you know it's the women. You know it's the women's and you know it's the men's, but it's the same word.
What does it say?
So you've got like.
Doesn't, because it says ladies or gents.
No. On these particular doors, it says blah 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 all the way on the one door. On the other one, it just says blah. Which one's the men's and which one's the women's? Tickled me.
Where did you see that?
It's just on a picture.
Just in a lads group chat.
Yeah.
You said today, we're
with
on the
loads
right
of
laugh.
geezers on it.
Yeah.
It was on the geezers chat. Funny. All right, should we get into the audience wines? This fella's on the men only group. Why do women love to profess that they never have any clothes or nice things to wear?
I've got no clothes.
That is so crazy, isn't it? Why don't all of them do that? When they literally take up 75%. So there's a stat for you. Of the story.
I know.
We have 2 sets of double built-in wardrobes in our house and another set of drawers in each room, of which I'm confined to one side of the wardrobe. Yet whenever we are due to go out, my wife insists she has nothing to wear. I'm half tempted to throw all her clothes out just for a reality check.
My wardrobe is full to the brim. We've talked about this before. And I need to clear out because I wear the same thing every day. And I also buy the most ridiculous things when I'm shopping. And then I've got no day clothes.
But you say that, right? But I think on this podcast you've worn a different outfit on every single episode. And I'm not joking.
I've got I don't know what to wear. I'm at that
worn a
age
different
where I
outfit
don't know who I am.
every time, though. I
You
haven't.
friggin' haven't, Cardi B.
That's what I mean. I'd recycle
No,
mine.
but Pete goes and does 1-2 shops a year, spends so much on his clothes, cashmere doesn't even look at the
Yeah,
price.
but if you even it
and
out...
I'm not like that.
Yeah, because I'll do one shop and then I'm done for the year. Whereas you'll do a shop every other day throughout the year.
Yeah, but I send it all back.
It's all the same lines from you women. It's the same lines. It's literally like, this fella's having the same problem. You know, you've crept into my zone now. You know, just above my like pants drawer, you've got like stuff everywhere.
It's hair.
Like the hair.
There's loads of hair, clipping hair extensions.
And that's what used to be where I used to like place my stuff the next day or something. You know what I mean? Now it's just got hair on it.
Yeah, but I need hair for shoots and stuff
Why
like that.
my section though?
Because I haven't got round to organising it. Shut your mouth.
But you've got.
I can't tell you this again.
All right, well there you go, mate. Shut your mouth by the sounds of it. Let's move on. Is it me or are all men absolutely useless? Fucking hell.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Here's the comeback.
No, can I just say I am not a man hater at all. I love men.
I don't dislike women. You know? I really don't.
Careful, Pete, careful.
Yeah. What?
What did you say? I'm currently in the process of moving flats with my long-term boyfriend, who is normally great. But when it comes to anything that requires an ounce of organisation, he turns into the world's biggest dope. I am definitely a type A personality. I love a spreadsheet, colour coding, and having everything pre-planned out. He can barely make it to the viewings that I've organised. And then when we discuss it later, he can't even remember which one was which.
I wish I was as organised as spreadsheets and colour coding, because the amount of organising that goes on in my brain to the reality, like even after the weekend and bank holiday, and I'm like, I honestly don't think anyone's house is as messy as ours.
I didn't see one thing out of place, baby. It looked fantastic.
And I'm cleaning constantly, and I'm like, I'm wasting my life doing this. No one appreciates it. And you said to me, you had the kids for like one day and everything was trash, and you were like, God, it's not enough hours in the day. I've been here, I've done that, I've got the food in, I've done that. He said, God, a woman's work is never done, is it? And I was like, I wish I would have recorded you saying that. Because it's so true.
But what I was saying was, it actually does go quick. Like, the day just went like that. By the time, I felt like I'd barely done anything, and it was like time to pick up the kids up. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Pete to empty the garage that he said he was going to do a few weeks ago. And put his weight bench in there.
Those 5k dumbbells are going to lift themselves, P.
I'm not gonna, mate. I'm not gonna.
What's that song? The workout song?
Oh, the Eric Prydz one.
Yeah,
Eric
where all the
Prydz.
girls are like
Call
hot
on
in
me. Oh, no, that's another one.
the lycra.
Cool on
Is
me.
it call on me? Very.
No, you just thrown in.
I'm just throwing in Val.
Zootons.
Yet men are useless. They don't listen. They don't learn. They don't try.
I don't know about like the flat thing. The problem is here is if he did start getting involved and making decisions. Yeah, I've booked to see this one. Hate that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't waste my time.
So what he's done is give up, and he's allowed. His
What is
wife,
this? 2 against 1?
No, what he's done is allowed his wife to take the bull by the horns and take the lead role. And with that, he's had a lack of interest because he's like, whatever I say, it's not gonna cut it. Do you know what I mean? If I said to you, right, babe, we've got a house here. You're gonna see this. I've seen it on Rightmove. I absolutely love it. I think it's the one. 100%.
like-
You go, hate it. You'd hate it before you'd even seen it. Touche, eh? There was, women take up storage, men are dopes. When the kids are constantly putting like apps on my phone, and they buzz all day.
The princess is waiting for you in the
I had
boudoir.
that, I have the
Do you know that Pete got this message at like midnight? The princess is waiting for you in the bedroom. And I was like, what the hell?
wasn't bedroom.
Pete was right up the
Boudoir.
stairs.
The princess is waiting for you in the boudoir.
It says the princess is waiting for you to play with her. And I was like, fucking hell, Ab's gone nuts.
I was like, who the hell's that?
But like, there's so many of these like little app things. Like before, it was like something about fruit. Tie dye. I got millions on there. Can't kick the buddy. Go dolls. Race master. DPN. Dancing dress. Flip jump stack. DOP. Fork and sausage. Going balls. Stickman hook. Dancing
Are
road.
you sure these are age appropriate?
Pixel art, yeah, amaze. Like it's literally, I don't know who I am now on my phone.
The kids have changed my phone to my screensaver as like a carousel of pictures, but they're not like carefully selected. There's like, when I've been to like a furniture shop and taken a picture of like an outdoor deck chair for my garden.
It's one of your screens.
So that's one. And then there's like this like plant that I wanted to put in my garden. So I took a picture of it. It's that. It's like random stuff.
Yeah. They
Kaz's
just
kitchen
take
cupboards.
over. They take over your
I've got
spot.
no idea how to change it. If someone said, I'll give you £1 million to change that, I'd be like, duh. Okay, I want to whine about people who think it's socially acceptable to have full-blown conversations when you go on your one of 3 date nights a year to the cinema. We were out watching the new Amy Winehouse film, which is great, by the way. I fully recommend. I want to see that.
No, I want to see that.
Yeah, Alfie said it was incredible. And these two idiots who sat next to us basically narrated the whole film, as well as second guess everything that was going to happen next. My boyfriend was on the verge of saying something, but I asked him not to because A, you shouldn't have to, and B, you don't know what type of weirdos are about. If you want to talk through a film, stay at home.
Yeah, totally correct. Yeah. Although you find it very difficult to stay off your phone in cinema.
No, when we go together to watch an adult film, I'm like, great. I love going to the cinema. It's one of my favourite things. But when I go and see, Kung Fu Panda 4 for the 9th time.
Not the worst, by the way.
No, it's good. It's a good movie. But I want to do my emails and do a few bits and bobs, catch up.
There is a light.
I got told off the other day.
Yeah, there's
and
a
the guy
light
come next to me, ah! And then I'm like, how do I turn this screen light down and then get away with it? And then you've got like a coat over your head.
Unbelievable. You can't switch.
But I
on.
don't talk in the cinema.
Yeah, no, you're not. too bad.
What did he say, Pete? What's going on with me?
No, you'd be talking in cinema, should you? I think that's that's not acceptable.
No.
No, it's one of my favourite reasons to go to the cinema, to just sit in silence for a couple of hours.
I always find it weird when people go on a date to the cinema.
Well, I think at first,
Depends what you're up to.
because like you can't really get to know them, can you? Although it does take the pressure
do
off the
that?
chat. Yeah, the old. I can have a threesome like that.
What the hell?
I can get about 4 or 5 people in it. All right. Well, what are we getting into today, Bo?
So I was
This is your vibe, so I'm going to let you crack on.
no, so I was scrolling through my phone and this thing popped up, and it said, "This is the 7 key ingredients for couples who made it." So I wanted to go
So-
through them and discuss.
So what is the definition of made it? together for what, over 20 years or something, or still together,
Well,
still happy?
It depends, because there's no point in being together and being unhappy, is there?
That's a very good point. Yeah, I don't think it should be duration of time, but maybe happiness. Yeah.
How happy they would consider
What's that
themselves
saying?
after a long time.
Yeah, I would
What's
say
that saying about that? It's quality, not quantity.
Oh, is that the one you're after?
It's quality, not quantity.
Yes, it is, babe.
So, just because you're together, you could have a 20-year unhappy marriage. I don't define that as making it, to be honest. I thought we could talk through. What are you loving it?
I was just smiling at it. Do you remember that old saying that everyone says, don't get that for murder, do you? Don't get that for murder.
How many married men have you heard say that?
How many times do you reckon that's been mentioned when you've been married over like 20 years? Yeah. Get along with that for murder.
It's that though with it, isn't it?
the eye roll.
The old ball and chain, eh?
Some people love being chained up to a ball.
I know. It's just funny the way kind of that's just evolved, that saying.
So, number 1, having boundaries with family. Couples who put their relationship first and had clear boundaries with their families. They didn't do what their families expected or wanted of them, but what made them happy. Does this ring true for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important, I think, isn't it? I think it's hard to transition from a family that you see, I'm talking mum, dad, siblings that you're with every day, to create your own family. And I think sometimes there can be if you're very close to your kind of that family, it's very hard to then
Break
put
away.
someone else first.
Yeah.
Rather than, because you've put your mum and dad first always. It's a hard transition for them, for the person, for everyone concerned, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fall out over it.
Definitely. But I think, although we would pick each other first, we haven't really been put in that situation, have we, where it's me or the dog.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think it is quite like an age-old thing, isn't it? Like, even that Jennifer Lopez film Monster-in-Law and stuff like that. It's quite a thing, isn't it? Oh, the mother doesn't want to let go of her son and stuff like that. But I think it's...
I don't want to be that mum.
Monster-in-law.
But I think I've been a great in-law, mother-in-law to have. But if I like the person...
I think you'd be amazing. Either probably the hardest or the best. Because I think if you like the relationship and you like the person, you could do everything for them. They're in.
There's nothing more tricky though than seeing someone you love like with the wrong partner.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And you kind of you have to leave them to work it out themselves. It's a hard thing. I've been through that with like friends, myself, who were like, oh God, I'm not really sure about them, and kind of...
All you can do is be there for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Everyone has to make their own decisions. So what's number 2, baby, of this list? Is there 7 of these?
The 7, yeah.
This is the key to a healthy and happy
This
long
is the
relationship.
7 key ingredients for couples who made it.
Hit me with number 2.
And this was from a couples therapist.
Oh, right. So this is...
A real therapist.
A real one.
A real one. They were friends. They were genuinely happy spending time with one another and excited to come home after a long day. Spot on. But not always.
Not always, baby. Listen, that happens.
You have your faults.
Yeah, and so do you.
Is Pete finally ready to accept that Abbey is his bestie over Glenn? Did you write that, Ross?
Yeah.
I actually think that is such a key ingredient, the friendship.
Well, I think it's probably the main thing. I mean, initially it's attraction, and then it's kind of companionship and friendship and laughter.
That's not saying roomies or like besties. That's like, there's still attraction, and you still want to you still need to want to snog them.
Yeah, you don't want it to be where we are now. You want it to still have...
In comes me bestie. Having a bit of banter.
She my bestie.
Yes, bruv.
Freaking hell, Pete.
Yeah.
Do you think being best friends equals being soulmates?
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it. Yeah, I think we can't be soulmates if you don't get on, and I think being friends is the main part of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can you be soulmates if you obviously the fact that you get on with each other, you have a laugh together, you want to share whatever's good with that person, whatever's bad that's happened to you, you want to share with that person. I think that is what.
I think I'm more like that than you, though. Like if something
Sharing
fun,
things.
if something good happens to me in the day, I want to text Pete straight away. Something bad happens, but you'd say to me, "Can you stop calling me, please?"
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't want to hear about it all day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
think we can get together in the evening and talk about this stuff.
Yeah, but then I'll forget.
Okay.
I doubt that.
Not every. I mean, there's a lot of calls throughout the day. And I think I was thinking this could maybe just go into one conversation in 10 minutes' time.
Babe, why don't you just put this in an email and I'll get back to you?
Email me.
I don't think I've ever emailed you.
No.
No?
I don't think you ever have.
I don't even think I know.
I think you forwarded one to me once.
I don't know your email address.
Number 3, they've been through dark times together. I think if you go through dark times together and you come out of those dark times, or you might be fighting loads. I think
I don't even think it's that. It's almost like scares, like when Sophia wasn't well, or certain traumas in your life or stressful situations.
And you need that unmovable
and
rock
you know
next
what?
to you.
There's also going to be times where you're like, I fucking hate them. You know what I mean? Like there might be times where you really don't get on or something. If she does something or I do something, and you think, right, do you know what? I'm angry about that. But if you can work through it together, that shows that you're in it for the long haul, no?
Links back to that like definition of love. What you were saying a few weeks ago. Love isn't just like always being lovey-dovey with someone. It's they can make you cry. They can make them hate you. They can make you do all these other emotions. And that whole package is love, is what you said, wasn't it?
Did I say that?
I think so.
It's profound.
Brilliant, babe.
Was I talking about that bubble museum?
The what?
Was that in the bubble museum?
Bubble museum.
That pit with the millions of balls showed the millions of emotions that a human can feel. Was that?
Potentially. I just got the headlines.
So something I've actually said stuck, did it?
Resonated. Yeah.
Well done, babe. Not just the pretty face.
That comes, to accepting people's faults, loving them through thick and thin.
Well, that's interesting because number 4 is let each other be themselves.
Oh, that is so important.
Couples have a base layer of respect for each other, and rather than a desire to change the other. Yeah. How much do you agree with this? Do you think that's
100%?
You can't. At the end of the day, they're their own person, right? And you love them for being that person. Don't try and change that person.
You can give them a little makeover though.
Yeah.
You do it upper.
Little doer-upper.
Yeah.
How am I doing with that now?
Perfect. Most men do need a little bit of a tweak.
But you let me be myself, don't you?
Yeah, and you let me be myself.
100% I do. Well, I like.
Is there anything that you don't like about me?
Stuff.
Not that I'm willing to share in a public forum.
Things that I could improve.
Yeah, there's certain things. Yeah, I think the same. You think the same about me?
And what are they?
I think I don't want to get into them too much now. I think this pod's going well.
No, I think you should. I think you should.
We want to be the ones that make it.
No, I think you could be less stressy. You could be less angry. You could be less shouty.
You're just saying that for effect because I can even tell by your face.
Again, less angry. You should stop doing those looks, potentially.
I hate the word angry.
You do are, though. You just don't need to be like that.
Do you know how frustrating it is living with you?
You can't ask him and then flipping his answer.
Ask me and then flip it. Yeah, you can, but that's not. You asked me, you made me say that, and I do think you could be less like that. Triggered.
I like things done a certain way, and if it's not, I can't handle it.
Okay, well,
Just do what you're told.
I've allowed you to be yourself.
Do what you're told. Go on.
They have difficult conversations. Number 5. There we go. Apparently the answer to this is not to say, do as you're fucking told.
Couples who do not avoid difficult situations, this helps regulate emotions so that they really come to explosions.
Right, to a degree, that. If I was consistently bringing up difficult conversations, I think by the end you'd be like, fuck off.
But
these difficult conversations.
You are a kind of a sweep it under the rug kind of guy, where I like to get things out in the open a bit more. Like before Pete met me, I can't imagine you'd ever spoken about your feelings. I've kind of had to this is something we've worked on together.
Yeah. I wouldn't talk about my emotions though.
But you should,
Yeah,
because it's so important.
It definitely helps. It definitely feels better to release to someone what your thoughts. I'm still quite guarded. Like that's never going to change. But I'm.
You're not guarded with me though.
Yeah, I'd tell you. I wouldn't tell anyone else anything.
Yeah, just the nation.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really feeling. Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't get on here and go, right, guys, I'm having a nightmare at the moment.
No, I do call my friends up and be like, oh God, I'm a bit of a bad day. And they'll talk me through it, and I'll say it to you.
Well, that's something that I'm learning about more. Like I never did that when I was a kid, and I'd never ever speak.
But it was a different time then, and it was like a kind of taboo to, especially for men, to open up about the feelings. But I think it's definitely has a more positive outcome than keeping it bottled.
Yeah, and you know what? It's quite a big thing at the moment, isn't it? People talk about mental health and stuff like that. For me personally, I do think it is. It's obviously easier to talk, but for some reason, men aren't as good at it as women, and I don't know if it ever will be. But it's definitely getting easier than it used to be.
Yeah.
Number 6 is they fight. They get on each other's nerves, frustrated but they knew how to navigate those fights and bounce back and move forward.
My new technique is sensational.
Oh, I
man, this. Pete's mentioned to me about this.
It's so horrible, babe. You know it's a wind-up as well.
It's not a wind-up.
It is.
It's just more grown up.
It's not grown up because it's actually much more not grown up. Because you're literally
is this
winding up
the
on purpose.
I'll talk to you when you've calmed down?
Yeah.
Or is it, yeah.
But you've done it to me for years. You say to me like, "Oh, you're being so aggressive," or something like that, or "You're being so babyish," and you know that winds me up, and you keep saying it.
What I've realised is that I can't speak to you if you're like that. You know what I mean? So I just go away.
This is cause of murder, this topic, and I chose it.
What makes you great? Couples therapy. Fuck off. We'll go our own way, mate. I fucking wrote that about. Let's go
Do you think too much talking and too much oversharing can be
100%.
detrimental?
Yes, I do.
I'm witnessing it.
Yeah, literally. I liked you before we started this podcast. You were absolutely great. We loved each other. No, I think you're a right twat, and you just like me.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, how much do you believe in all that? Into that, I think some of it's right, but
I think there's some really good fundamental points. You've got to stay friends. You've got to be together because you want to be. You have to put each other's first. You have to be accepting. That's another key one. Accepting of who each other
is
who we are, because everyone comes with their own little quirks, and it's funny though because some people who are together for a long time, and when they first met and he used to do that a little thing, maybe bite his nail, and then that's what they hate about them.
Yeah. By the end of it, yeah.
I hate. Oh, isn't he so sexy the way he bites his nail? I hate the way he bites his nail. It makes me want to stab him.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, or the way they breathe or talk.
The thing is, though, your life is hard to have. You can't do the things that you did as a couple when you've got 4 kids and a busy job.
Yeah.
A lot of the little romantic things, they do become last on the list because you're looking after everybody else and all the kids and making sure they're okay. And it is important to you've obviously just had a little vision of things that we used to do and don't do now.
Yeah.
But that's not just me.
No.
That'll be you as well.
I know. Yeah.
So you have to try. And it doesn't mean, you're trying because it's a chore. It's just because you get so many more distractions.
Yeah, and your love changes and it becomes deeper, more kind of
all the lovely things that you don't do because you've got kids and stuff. You just don't do it as much, but you should. And everyone would be so much more happier.
I think we're doing pretty well as a couple.
Considering being together 20 years, you're very loved up. You've got a young couple, aren't you? I would say.
Think?
I would say so, from an outsider's perspective anyway.
Lots of people say to me that they want what we have. And I think that's a nice thing.
Agreed.
2 cats, a dog and a horse.
Not the 4 kids though.
Guys, if you enjoyed that, don't forget to hit subscribe.
If you're enjoying this, Make sure you hit subscribe. Agony Abs. Hey, Ab and Pete. I'm 21 years old. I live with my parents. I've been in a relationship for 2 years, and my boyfriend, who is 25, has his own place, and he wants me to move in with him. Initially, I was made up. I wanted to take the next step in our relationship.
It's quite young, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
21.
He's 25, did she say?
Yeah. It's only like me, isn't it? It's just like me and you. I was like 25. You were 21, were you?
I was younger than 21 when I moved in.
Well, yeah.
Well, there you go.
I know, but that's kind of normal in that kind of world. But if Sophia said she wanted to move in with someone at 21, I'd be like, absolutely bloody not.
Initially, I was made up to take the next step, but he has since said that my dog can't move in with us. He just doesn't like dogs. Not only has this thrown a dark cloud over what should be one of the most exciting times of our relationship, but it's also given me the major ick that he's so against having a pet.
That's a huge ick.
Even if I wasn't coming with my dog, I would 100% be hoping to get one with him further down the line.
Yeah.
It's only a tiny chihuahua. Yeah, I get it. Chihuahua. Chihuahua. What are they called?
Boom, 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 boom. Chihuahua, I would
Chihuahua.
Chihuahua? I'm going to say
Can't say it. Feels weird now.
say. Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Why do you say Chihuahua?
What is it?
Chihuahua?
Chihuahua. Well, for starters, I wouldn't have one of those in my house anyway.
They are
She's so
cute.
well behaved. I've had her since I was 12. She probably doesn't have long left. Basically, it's him or the dog. I don't know what to do. It's Carla from London.
Get rid.
Of the dog, yeah.
No, of the fella. You know, there's a wise old saying. Never trust a man that doesn't like dogs, but always trust a dog who doesn't like the man.
I know. One of your favourites, that one, isn't it?
You like that one? You've
Have
bored
I
us
said
with
that before?
Yeah, unfortunately,
God.
yes. But, I get it though. It makes sense.
I don't know if she was saying, can my bloody German
Dane or
Shepherd move in?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, he's got a bit of a point, but a bloody Chihuahua, you can put it in your handbag.
Yeah, but they yap and shit.
I'd rather have a German Shepherd
I'd
than a
rather have a
Chihuahua,
German Shepherd as
100%.
well. Listen, I think at the moment a lad has got all the power, because he's not had his balls cut off by being together for ages. So once...
This is why we've made it episode, Pete. And you've just described our relationship as having your balls cut off. Well, you know where the door is. You know where the utility door is.
What I'm saying
You know
is
where the
that
utility
now
room
we
door
get
is.
together. I know where the utility door Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm coming in for utility. At the moment, it's his house, right? He can make decisions. Now, it's not, is it? It's like, me, the dogs just turn up now.
But when
I have no say in it whatsoever.
When we moved in together and I turned up with two little kittens, two sister kittens, we felt like we had our little ready-made family already. And it was...
Yeah.
We used to love coming out and playing with the little kittens. Do you remember? No? Yeah. So it's a nice thing. I don't know why he's ruining it.
He's not ruining it. He has got a great life at the moment. He's got a lovely house and...
How do you know?
It's
probably a tip. She's going to go in, clean it all, change his whole world upside down. There'll be food in the fridge.
The world will be upside down because he'll have a chihuahua freaking, in his house. He doesn't want...
She's 21. She's had the dog since she was 12. The dog's 9 years old.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas don't live that long, so just let her
it's not nice.
enjoy the last few years with her dog.
The parents might also miss the dog if they're living with her. That might be quite selfish on her behalf, taking the dog with her.
From one dog hater to another.
They're gonna lose the daughter and the dog.
Oh, Ross hates dogs.
No,
I love
listen,
dogs.
I don't.
No, you don't.
I love our dogs.
You wrote into our own podcast about dogs in the way.
You did as well. You did. That was the nod that we used.
Ross sitting there like Caesar Perrin.
Caesar Milan.
Caesar Milan. And bloody,
I said I would
complaining
take
about-
Ralph. I said the other day I would take Ralphie off here if you wanted me to, and you said no.
No, you can't.
I was like, there you go.
Don't say that to Pete because Pete will give it to you. My dog is going nowhere. Even my mum said that dog he's the best dog.
He's a great dog, but he's very full on. And, I've got a lot to give time to in that house. I think I can see both sides of this. He's got his house and he doesn't particularly want a dog in it, but he wants her in it.
Why can't they come to a compromise then and say the mum and dad will have it in the week and she can have it at the weekend?
Great
They can have it at the
suggestion.
weekend.
Put it this way: if I moved into your house and brought my dog that was nothing to do with you into it, you wouldn't be happy with that. You'd want us to get a dog together.
He doesn't want a dog full stop, so then
Yeah,
he's
but
not
cross
gonna,
that bridge when you come to
He's
it.
not even coming at it from that angle.
I can see both sides, personally. Can you?
No.
Really?
No, I think be wary of a guy who doesn't want a pet.
God.
That's what I'd say.
All right.
Because then it'll be, I don't want kids. I don't want to go on holiday.
He's allowed to
Don't
make
want to
some
take you on that
decisions.
date night. Starts with the Chihuahua. Life's fucked. Go on. Next
It's
one.
exactly the same from my point of view. Starts with the Chihuahua,
Yeah.
then it's babies,
Ponies.
ponies. You know,
Your pony. Let's go.
your pony was the answer to that one. All right.
Your ma.
Hey guys, loving the content creation, Abbey and Shirley P. Please keep it up for many moons to come. I am one of your day oneers. Someone who's been there right from the start. Love it. Good to hear. And now for the serious stuff. I went on holiday to Greece 2 months ago and met a man. He was drop dead gorgeous.
Greek
And
hunk.
I was living my full Shirley Valentine best life. He was
Go,
also
girl.
British. And we talked a lot about meeting up when we both got back to the UK. And then he fucked me off. I don't know that. No. I made that bit up. Since arriving back home, we've been in contact almost every day. It's better than I'd hoped. And have planned to go on a date and get to a hotel together. Here's where my problem comes in. One of my girlfriends did her breast detective work and has found him on socials. Looks like he's either in or has very recently been in a relationship and has a child. There was no mention of a relationship, never mind a child. I feel like I really need to get to the end of this before we may take it any further. And now all of our text chat just feels a bit dirty. I also don't want to let the cat out the bag that I'm a full-blown stalker and know all the answers he's going to give me, especially if there's some totally innocent explanation for all of this.
Which I have done.
Do you have
Before.
any idea how I can bring this up? Shirley, not so Valentine.
There's nothing worse than getting it wrong, which I have done. I'd flip my lid and then it was totally wrong and then you just end up looking like a fool. I don't think it's any secret that people who meet people aren't going to give them a little Google or a little scroll through the gram. I think that is bog standard.
Is the man wrong? I'm thinking of like a
No,
holiday.
no,
for
what I'm
instance.
saying-
Is he wrong to not mention the fact that he's got a kid?
I'm getting there, Pete.
I know, I'm just asking. Just trying to hurry you along.
No, so she should say now, I've told my friend I've met you. She's had a little look online and it appears, she's seen like what looks like to be a relationship or a little child. And be honest and see what he says.
Yeah. I think that's fair enough as well.
Because then if he goes, yeah, I was in a relationship, we've split up, we did have a kid together. And then he could say, I didn't want to mention the child yet.
The baggage bit, yeah, you might want to keep that quiet, mightn't you?
Yeah, in case it put you off, or I wanted to see if I liked you first before introducing a girl into my child's life.
Yeah.
There could be so many different scenarios other than he's a dirty, cheating whore bag.
Fucking hell. I didn't think that for a second.
You didn't?
No. Well, listen, if he is in a relationship and all that, obviously that's horrendous, isn't it? But if he's had a child before, like he's within his rights.
So did you not think he's living a double life?
No. I just assumed that.
I get the impression he's probably just split up with the girl and he's gone on a little holiday to find himself, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he probably hasn't want to go straight away. Oh yeah, I've got a kid at home, by the way, because it can put people off, can't it?
God, you were both so innocent in your thought processes.
Yeah, I assumed. I just assumed that, yeah.
Just looking out for the bros.
Yeah.
Bros before hoes, man.
Don't
One
leap
of-
to conclusions.
One of our friends, they met on holiday and they're together 20 years later. 3 kids, married. So it does happen. But I think, if they like each other, she could say, I really like you, but my friend has been, going through your Instagram for the past 8 years or whatever. And, I just say, I just feel a bit funny about this. This kid keeps appearing or this girl,
This kid keeps appearing.
This kid all over Instagram has put me right off you. It's not yours, is it?
yeah. If it was a chihuahua on the other hand.
Yeah.
Don't leap to conclusions. There'll be a story. Just talk it out. And the truth will always come out
Exactly.
in the end. All right, last one. Hey, Abbey and Pete. I've got myself in an Agony Ab-esque situation. I'm in dire need of your pearls of wisdom to help me out. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm enjoying the London life. I've been having a lot of casual relations thanks to the godsend that is Hinge, Tinder, and some other dating apps that I won't bring up here. Hashtag if you know, you know. Okay. After
What's
making
that?
the most of sowing my wild oats, I decided I wanted something a bit more fulfilling, and I did my own digital detox with the intention of meeting someone a bit more organically. That could be something more than just a one-night stand. Fast forward a few months, and my dreams have been realised. I've met the most gorgeous girl down my local boozer. We hit it off immediately.
I knew this wouldn't be a girl.
Yeah, I sort of got that impression as well.
Yeah.
Spending all night chatting and swap numbers. We've gone on about 5 to 6 dates now, and I'm starting to feel myself more attracted to her than I have anyone else in a long time. The only issue is I've basically reinvented myself for this girl and pretended that we have the same hobbies and interests. Don't ask
God.
why. I think I just really liked her and panicked. She now under the impression that I am a fellow social justice warrior, flexitarian who prefers long walks on the weekend and indoor rock climbing walls.
What's a flexitarian?
Someone who doesn't really eat meat, I think. They'll have like a little bit of meat, but they're mainly vegetarian, I think.
Flexitarian?
No, that's a new
There's
one
an
on me.
Aryan for every word now, isn't there?
There certainly is, yeah. What happened to librarian? The only one I knew.
Shut up. To
Indoor
be honest, I'm not an indoor rock climbing girl. I went indoor rock climbing last week. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though these on his natural go-to hobbies, he could make them his hobbies and find enjoyment out of them.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he could, yeah. And it seems like, you know, his life before was a bit kind of, you know, getting
Promiscuous.
smashed on the weekend and having a mad one. Whereas now he could go rock climbing and it might be fun for him. He said, I've done a pretty good job of keeping up the pretenses so far, but fuck me, something's got to give. I'm quickly becoming the laughing stock of my close mates who know the real me. And I'm also hating myself for letting things get so far without telling her, what do I do?
Yes, time for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Time for a piece of steak.
Tough one.
don't
Starting on a lie is never a good
No.
idea.
To be honest, everyone's on the best behaviour when they meet someone they really like, don't you think?
Yeah.
Do you drink? Oh, no, not really.
Yeah, like
And
visit the doctors.
and everyone's allowed to have a bit of a mad one, aren't they? Like previously. And if they meet the girl that you really love, then calming down and doing those things will eventually happen anyway. Do you know what I mean? So you can say to your mates, you know what, I actually like her. I quite like this rock climbing. Unless you don't like it and you're just like, do you know what, I want to fucking get pissed. Straight back on Hinge. Because if you feel like that, then don't do it. But you might quite enjoy doing different things. Getting pissed on the weekend's not going to last forever, is it? Really?
But when I first met you, was I like breakdancing and singing shallow and stuff?
Yeah, you've never changed.
Oh.
Yeah. Wasn't shallow, it would have been a different song, but you'd always right involved. I quite like that about you.
Imagine he says it to the girl, like, oh, this isn't like, I've put this foot forward and it's not actually me. And she's like, oh my God, thank God, I've been the exact same. I'm just wanting to go out and get absolutely mullet. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine you get mullets.
Yeah. She's an absolute nutcase.
Yeah. That's one way of looking at it. You should start saying like, you know, after rock climbing, let's go for a burger and do loads of shots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then kind of balance it out like
Balance
that.
it out, yeah. I think he seems to like her. So, you know, if you like someone, just
Or he could just be like, oh, do you know what? It's only recently I've taken up this. I used to be wild and start planting
Yeah.
a couple of them. How do you normally meet people? I used to be on all the dating apps and God, I prefer it so much more organically. But if he's not happy with this new person he's becoming, then it's not going to last.
yeah.
Agreed.
Only you can make that decision, Luke. But good luck with it all.
Grow up, Luke.
And grow up. Enjoyed it today, babe.
I
Always
enjoyed it
with you.
today.
Fantastic. We almost had a full blown row there on the couples therapy, but I think we got through it okay. And remember, I always love you.
Why are you saying it like that?
I do love you.
Pete's hungry.
You're not you when you haven't had the Snickers.
Yeah. You're not yourself when you're hungry. No, I thought it was a good one. It does interest me how these, you know, therapists define how couples make it. You know,
And everyone's
what
different and everyone does it in their own way.
Yeah. Because there's so many friends of ours or people we know who've got a completely different relationship to us and are so happy. You just got to do what works for you guys, I guess.
One lad that I at the golf club, he actually makes decisions in his relationship, and it works for them.
You make so many decisions. You are just such an arsehole.
Okay, great. Couples therapy, guys. You can be like us.